to walk through the valley yet. You want me in full gear? You want me?
Jon Moxley has never been one to follow the rules or walk a predictable path. From his early days as Dean Ambrose in WWE to becoming one of AEW's most unfiltered and relentless forces, Moxley has carved out a reputation for doing things on his own terms. But now, in a move that has the wrestling world buzzing, Moxley has dropped a cryptic yet powerful hint about a possible return to WWE, and what it could mean for his future in AEW. Fans are speculating, insiders are scrambling, and the landscape of professional wrestling may be on the verge of a seismic shift. A history of rebellion, Moxley's journey. So far, to understand the magnitude of what this hint represents, it's important to look at Moxley's journey. After debuting in WWE as part of The Shield in 2012, Dean Ambrose quickly became a fan favorite. His wild, unpredictable in-ring style and off-kilter charisma set him apart from the pack. He won every major title, including the WWE Championship, Intercontinental Championship, United States Championship, and multiple tag titles. But by 2019, Ambrose was burned out. Frustrated with the creative direction, he allowed his contract to expire and walked away from WWE, a rare move in a business where many cling to the spotlight. Reborn as Jon Moxley, he debuted in AEW at Double or Nothing in May 2019 and immediately became a cornerstone of the promotion. He brought a grittier, more authentic version of himself to AEW, earning respect for his hard-hitting style and no-nonsense promos. The hint that shook the internet. During a recent interview, Moxley offered what seemed like an offhand comment, but fans know better than to take his words lightly. When asked about the future and whether he'd ever consider going back to WWE, Moxley smirked and said, "In this business, you never say never. Sometimes ghosts from the past come back around, especially when there's unfinished business." It was brief, it was vague, but it was enough. Within minutes, social media lit up with theories. Was this just Moxley keeping the door open? Or was it the beginning of something more deliberate? Could we actually see a return of the man who once walked through WWE arenas as the lunatic fringe? Reading between the lines. Moxley's comment may not seem groundbreaking on the surface, but the context is key. His tone was different, measured, thoughtful, and deliberate. Unlike in past interviews where he dismissed the idea outright, this time he chose his words carefully. That change in attitude suggests something might be stirring behind the scenes. Insiders have noted that Moxley's AEW contract includes flexibility. Unlike many in the company, he isn't locked into a traditional full-time schedule. He's remained fiercely loyal to AEW, but he's also made it clear in the past that his priority is doing great work, not playing favorites. If WWE offers him a compelling storyline or a platform to say something meaningful, he may not rule it out. AEW future. Where does he stand? Currently, Jon Moxley remains one of AEW's top stars. He's a former world champion, a key figure in the Blackpool Combat Club, and a locker room leader admired by fans and colleagues alike. He's been through it all: death matches, tournaments, feuds with legends, and continues to carry himself with a quiet authority. But even in AEW, Moxley's future isn't entirely certain. The company has seen major changes over the past year, with new signings, shifting creative directions, and increased competition from WWE's revitalized product. Moxley has often carried AEW through its toughest times, especially during the pandemic when he remained active as champion. But there's a sense that he might be ready for a new chapter, or at least a change in pace. His recent matches have hinted at something deeper: frustration, maybe even boredom. In recent promos, he's spoken about violence not being enough anymore, about needing something bigger to fight for. That language has fans wondering, what exactly is he hinting at? WWE's evolving landscape. Why a return makes sense. 5 years ago, the idea of Moxley returning to WWE seemed laughable. But under the new leadership of Triple H, WWE has changed. There's a renewed focus on character development, long-term storytelling, and respecting the talent's creative vision. Cody Rhodes' wildly successful return in 2022 proved that jumping from AEW to WWE could be more than just a paycheck. It could be career-defining. And let's not forget that Moxley has history with WWE's current roster. A reunion or collision with Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns would right itself. A rematch with Brock Lesnar under different creative conditions could finally deliver what fans were denied at WrestleMania 32. Or perhaps a feud with new blood like Gunther or Ilya Dragunov could push him in fresh directions. What fans are saying. Fan reaction to Moxley's comment has been divided, yet intensely passionate. Some view a return to WWE as a betrayal, a compromise of his hard-fought independence. Others see it as an exciting opportunity to finish his story with the maturity and experience he now brings to the table. On Reddit and X, formerly Twitter, theories range from surprise Royal Rumble appearances to a shock heel turn in AEW that eventually leads to an exit. Many are simply excited at the idea of seeing Moxley perform in front of the massive WWE audience again, especially if it allows him to reach new fans and bring a new level of authenticity to his storytelling. A hint or the beginning of something big? Jon Moxley didn't scream it from the rooftops, but the message was clear. He's thinking about what comes next. Whether it's a tease, a challenge, or a seed being planted for a future move, one thing is certain. Wrestling fans will be watching closely. In a business built on unpredictability, Moxley remains one of the few true wild cards. And if this hint is any indication, the next chapter of his career might just be his most compelling yet. Stay informed. Stay updated. Hit that subscribe button.